why YouTube is actually the best dating platform for women to meet men. Because the problem with Tinder and all of this stuff is that you have just an image, and just the image alone doesn't tell you anything, nothing about the person. So you would have to just go and meet tons and tons and tons of men in order to meet the right one. And then usually you settle for someone else because before the right one comes along, because you feel like, oh, that sexually fits me or whatever, and then you just start something with an idiot and it doesn't make any sense, and you end up and it becomes a huge mess. And the thing is about YouTube using it as a dating platform is that for men it doesn't make sense, because if there is a woman that you find interesting and she's a YouTuber, she probably has more success than most men because she's a woman. That's just how it is as an influencer. So she gets tons of men that are already writing her every day. And so she cannot decide, from her point of view, she cannot decide because she doesn't know anything. You're just some random dude. But the other way around, it works perfectly, because the woman sees the man, can make an opinion about him. Like when a woman sees me, I have occasionally women write me and starting to get to know me and stuff. And some are deeply interested in meeting me. And that's much better because she can make up her mind as to, yeah, that's a guy that I like. That I find sexually arousing, intellectually arousing, spiritually arousing, everything. And then she's like, okay, this, I would love to meet the guy. And men are not that picky a lot of times in the sense that usually if a woman is very much interested, the resonance field is already there. So he doesn't have to be picky. Because let's say a woman that is interested in the topics that I'm talking about will naturally be also interesting for me because we are on the same wavelength frequency. Whereas the other way around, again, it doesn't work, because for the man, there's maybe a lot of interest on the sexual level, but maybe not on the other levels. And so I think for women, instead of going on Tinder, instead of going on, whatever other ways there are, I think a really good way is to seek out male YouTubers that most of them are single, or a lot of them are single, and pick the one that resonates with you. And I see a lot of partnerships come to fruition that way. And I would say they are some of the best partnerships, because the woman has a good intuition of whether energetically it matches well with her, and it's also it's a lot more comfortable for the guy as well, because I know the woman wants me. So there's no doubt in my mind. There's not like am I gonna get ghosted pretty quickly and stuff like that. This way around, it just doesn't happen. So I've had good experiences with women meeting me. I had some clients that came to see me, but I had two women, basically both relationships come from YouTube. And although my YouTubes were still very small, and so that was a very good way of meeting women. And I would say, looking back, it's probably one of the best ways to find a relationship nowadays. Because the dating sites, they don't work anymore. There's something about it that just doesn't work. And one image or two images, you cannot make an opinion about someone. If there were a dating app, which I would love to program someday, which would work basically like Tinder but with videos, that would be very revolutionary, because you could literally make an opinion about the woman. Yeah, so I think that would be a nice tip for women. Go around and seek small YouTube channels by guys that where you find the topic interesting, and try to feel them through the video and see if that's something that would match for you. I think that's a very, very good way.